So what is up sa inyo guys? It's your dude sis, and for today's video, we are going to talk about things to consider for your college education, or generally the things to consider when finding a school that will suit you. And it is enrollment season, and if you are a senior high school student that is still undecided and you are trying to look for quality education as well as livable conditions, or maybe you're just overthinking, this video is for you, and here are the 5 things that will guide you. So disclaimer lang po, this is not for everyone. Anything other than that, here are the 5 things to consider when looking for the right school for your college education. First and foremost, you should consider the program that you are choosing. I mean, I know that most of you have already decided on the programs that you are going to enroll to, but you should also consider that your dream program may not be in your dream school, diba? For example, dentistry. Ang dentistry is wala sa St. Louis University, meron siya sa University of Baguio. So, may mga ganong courses na hindi offered doon sa isang institution. Second is budget. So realistically speaking lang, majority of our brothers and sisters are struggling with their finances, especially with today's economy. That is why we need to consider scholarships when we are trying to enroll to these schools that have a good reputation and that provides the quality education that we are looking for. In the real world kasi, the name of the school that you graduate in matters. Pero that does not really apply to anyone kasi meron din naman tayong mga graduates from any state universities or any universities from around their localities, pero nag-strive pa rin sila, nagiging academically competent pa rin sila, and they are successful with their jobs. So that is one thing to consider, yung ating budget for the institution that we are going to enroll to. Again, that does not apply to everyone. Third is the institution itself. Ito na yung sinasabi ko kanina na a good institution such as St. Louis University, FEU, Ateneo, UP Diliman, UP Baguio, UC. Those schools or those institutions will actually set you back a hefty amount of money. However, you are somewhat paying for your future. Hindi naman lahat ng graduate sa kanilang programs is going to lead that life or be in that career for the rest of their lives. Pero yun nga, it is an assurance that you can have a good future. Parang plan B if you have an intention to put up a business, parang ganon. As an average student myself, that was not good with his academics in the past, or kahit ngayon nga I can say that a good institution will really help you in your academic endeavors. Nandito yung opportunities as a student, as well as the proper guidance that you need in order to strive for a better academic life or even for a better future. Okay, so moving on. Fourth is the location. So, minsan, it can be really challenging to work in hot weather, di ba? Alam naman natin yan. So, if you like cool weather, cool all the time, syempre Baguio. But then, ask yourself din if are you going to get homesick often? Are you really ready to live alone? Of course, these things will have remedies. These things can be learned. It can be conquered. Pero this is also one thing to consider. Kasi there are some of my classmates na talagang every week silang umuwi. There are some of my old schoolmates na talagang every week silang umuwi, or basta may holiday uuwi sila. And that is not a life for everyone din, di ba? So, these are just small things to consider. And isa pa for the location is yung commute. Is the commute really complicated? Is the commute simple? Or, limbawa, dito sa Baguio, it is a very small city. And you can get around by just riding the Trancoville jeepneys if dito kayo sa around town magbo-boarding or around the commercial areas magbo-boarding, it is an easier commute. Pero if you're going to live dun sa may outskirts, well, it's going to be a bit more complicated. Magto-two rides ka, ganon. And sa Manila, ganon din naman. There are boarding houses that are closer to the institution, pero meron din namang mga nagtatatlong sakay, nag-aapat na sakay just to study in their dream institution, kumbaga. Okay, so fifth is living conditions. Okay, and by living conditions, I mean the prices of goods in a region, or even the quality of the boarding houses. Kasi alam naman natin yung meme dito sa Baguio na compared dun sa prices sa Manila, the prices at Manila is already cheap and may aircon na rin, as opposed to dito sa Baguio na oo, maganda yung picture, pero pag you start living there, makikita mo na yung mga amag-amag sa gilid. So that is one thing to consider as well, because the place that you are going to stay in is really a very important part of that experience of studying, because your comfort as a student really does affect your performance when it comes to your academics. So that is the fifth thing to consider that I want you to consider, is the living conditions. Kasi not everyone can survive in the bare minimum. Not everyone can pay for a higher price for a much more luxurious or much more comfortable living area. So those are the 5 things to consider when you are looking for a school or a boarding house, or generally if you are going to college. Of course, these things are not for everyone, but these are definitely things to consider when you are going to college, especially in a farther place. So yun. Okay, so those are the 5 things to consider when looking for a school. And of course, these things are not for everyone. These things are not for everyone to consider, but practically speaking, these are things to consider when you are trying to consider a school that is farther away from your place, ganon, and it's farther away from what you're used to, and you're going to live alone. So yun lang naman, guys, for this video, and I hope that you like this video, and I hope that this helps you in your endeavor of finding your dream course in your dream institution or whatnot. So I hope this helps. See you guys again on the next video. You like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys again on the next video. Bye, guys.